as possible and then get that out to people within our organization to help them make decisions, we decided we want to take the approach of building a minimally viable product. I'm sure that's something we've all heard before. What we've got right now, it works. It works really well. It's not beautiful. It's not pretty. It takes a little bit of setup to go. However, what we've been able to build is something where someone who knows only R is able to insert themselves into the process. They're able to author their own reports, push them out to our internal reporting our location. So, and we're going to walk you through the whole flow later, but basically they just output their items to a web accessible S3 bucket, and then we can link to those things within our actual reporting environment. They can run scripts to refresh and so forth. But the point is, all they needed to know was their R, and we were able to build everything else around it.
Right. MVP does not mean a free-for-all. It means have a guided process by which you can deliver value to your organization. And that is what allows you to be lean and efficient. Spend time on the things that are really important to you. Leverage your existing skill set, and maybe spend some time in lazy contemplation.
Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit more about our needs at Betterment and how we decided to come up with our data team. Yuriy could go ahead and start pulling the demo. Just a quick word on our company. Is anyone here actually a customer of Betterment.com? Show of hands. So the employees of Betterment are good to know. Well, let me tell you a little bit about our product. So we are a fully automated, very simple, very easy to use online investment service that's very low fee. You can get started with as little as $10. By the same token, we have people that have millions of dollars with us. Our founder, John Sines, set out to build, I guess it started in 2009, was a product that was very accessible, very easy to use. We've been called the Apple of Finance before. It just kind of works. So I want to walk you through our product for just a second to show you what kind of things we've come up with our data needs that we've actually been able to build. So this is the actual portfolio page of our product. This is a demo account. You can see we're showing what your market performance is projected to be with different confidence intervals over time. We've got the makeup of your portfolio over here right now. And Yuriy, if you could slide around the slider a little bit. One thing that we like to keep an eye on in our company is whether or not our customers are changing their allocations. When you change your allocation, you're basically shifting your account from a set percentage of stocks to a set percentage of bonds. When you up your stocks, you're taking on more risk. When you up your bonds, you're taking on less risk. We give you recommendations around this based on your time horizon or what type of goal you have.
Okay, quick question for the audience. What happens if you change your allocation every day? What are some of the risks that you were taking on? Anybody know?
You get a shirt if you can answer.
Transaction cost.
Transaction costs?
Good answer. Any other answers? So our product is transaction free, so it wouldn't apply to us.
You still get a shirt though.
You still get a shirt. Come see us after and give us your size. Any other opinions?
You manage it actively so you can really, minimize your losses if you see that rather than a long-term issue.
Right, so we actually take the flip side of that, and we say that research has shown that people who tinker with their portfolios a lot actually perform worse over time. And with our product, we don't really build it so we want you to change allocations every day. We give you recommendations based on the time horizon too. I know I'm sounding very salesy. We're about to get into a real reason for saying this in a second. We try to make it so our suggestion is correct at first so you won't have to change your allocation. So one reason why we want to keep an eye on allocation changes, if we find that a lot of people are changing them frequently, we see that in our view and what our research has shown as bad behavior. So if we know in a given day that our customers, maybe 10% of them or 5% of them change their allocation, and we see that 15 or 20% of them are changing allocation, that's something we want to know. That's something we want to know right now very quickly so we can do things to react to it. Whether that's send out an email to our customers and say, maybe the market's volatile right now, trust us, research shows that you should leave it. We need to be able to react to that in real time. And that's one of the reasons we built this right now. So what we can do is in our data flow, which I promise we have one, we're going to get to in a second here. We can monitor that on a minutely basis. So if at any point in the time, any point in the day, we find that our allocation changes are occurring more than we think they should, we can notify our growth people, our marketing people, or our product people, and they can react to it however they can. I don't know how to react to it, but our product people are good at that.
So real-time dashboarding, real-time alerting is a thing, but it's a little bit out of scope for our presentation today. We're going to walk before we run. So we're going to show you guys how to set up a process by which you can get data refresh into your dashboard. We're not going to talk about how to create enterprise-wide alerting around it.
Oh, and I don't think we mentioned, we do have pizza on the way. It's running a little late. We have a couple of potential places to take breaks built into, so when that pizza shows up, don't jump on it quite yet. We'll get to a break within just a couple minutes. We'll go grab our slices, come back to our seats, and resume what we're doing. So just to reassure everybody, I don't think we mentioned.
Okay, so just a quick run through the agenda so you know what's coming. So there's a little bit of a show and tell component. There's also a team exercise component. The team exercise component is completely optional, so when we're in that portion of the presentation, if you're not interested, feel free to just hang out, put down some beers, and network. So we're going to introduce a stack that we've put together internally to help us accelerate the creation of our own internal dashboards. We're going to show you how to exercise the development phase, the staging, and the deployment with the help of some open source and free tools. Again, the idea is to be lean and mean. We want you to focus on the development. Our system is going to take care of staging and deployment. Right? All the components that we'll show you are swappable. If you don't like what we have, it is the process that's important, not the particular technology. So you can slide ours out, slide yours in. You'll have to do a little bit of configuration, so it's not magic. The reason why we are bootstrapping is because we're going to take on some of the engineering configuration work, so we don't need to pay somebody else to do that. Right? Can I get some of the team captains to come up front? And by some, I mean all. So we have a large group. This was initially designed to be an individual kind of program along hackathon concept. But with so many people in the room, there is no way we'll be able to get through anything material. So in front of you, we have what we've designated as betterment captains. They will be leading each team. And folks that are up here, they all have a variety of skill sets. So it would be good for you, if you do participate in a team exercise, sort of pick the captain that complements your skill set. So for example, if you're good at R and your team captain is good at engineering, but maybe he's not so good at R, then you guys can work together and get something done. Everything is scripted for you. We have a project that you can download and you can just kind of follow along. So hopefully this will work well. If not, it's not my fault. Okay, so just real quick, can I get the team captains to introduce themselves? Who you are, sort of what you're good at, what your job is here at Betterment.
Sure. Hi, I'm Joe, and I build public data visualizations here at Betterment, and I mostly work in JavaScript.
My name is Nick. I'm an analyst here at Betterment, and I visualize, learn about, and just kind of look at our customers using R and IC.
So R person.
Yes.
R person. Now,
Not our person.
but
Could be your person. Hey, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Hi, my name's Alan. I'm an engineer here as well. I lead our DevOps team. So I do a lot of systems level infrastructure programming as well as improvements to our sort of core web app. And a little bit of JavaScript when I feel like breaking the mold a little bit.
motivation comes from this.
But yeah, I yell at people when they break the build.
So if you do participate in the teamwork section and you know a little bit about R, these guys are the ones, well not the end, but these three right here are the ones you want to be with.
Yep. I'm in that group of people that don't know R. My name's Sam. Let's see, what am I good at? I'm good at eating pizza, so I'm waiting for that to arrive.
All right.
I work on the core systems and web app teams, so I do JavaScript, Java, whatever, all the things except for R. Yeah, so that's all I got.
I'm Adam. I'm a front-end developer. I do mostly JavaScript and Java, and I've never used R.
Hi, I'm Avi. I'm a data warehouse engineer, and I mostly support the people that do things in R. So, hoping to learn soon.
I'm Patrick, and I'm one of the guys that uses R and gives it to them, and they make it automated like this. And then I use the automated dashboards to make decisions mainly around like what acquisition channels are working and the way people are using the product and so on. So I'm a consumer of what we're doing to me.
All right, thanks, guys. So we have a variety of skill sets up here. Mostly it's representative of your own skill set out here. These guys haven't actually, well, most of them, some of them have not exercised this process until this morning. So they're in it just like you guys are in it. So together we'll be able to work through it. Okay, so a little bit about the grade stack and what we've chosen for the demo. What we use internally is a little bit different. So I'll highlight the differences maybe, so if you guys aren't falling asleep. So the first layer of the stack is GitHub. We use it for source control, branch management, and in some cases deployment. The R language, I'm not going to explain that one. A little bit of engineering elbow grease. Again, something has to glue all these layers together. So we're going to show you how to do that. It's mostly using simple shell script techniques. Some cron tab scheduling, a little bit of FS tab for mounting. And we're going to run everything in the Amazon cloud. So I've set up my own environment about a week ago. I used the free tier service. This is something that is available to each and every one of you. It takes a few clicks to set things up if you don't care about security. If you care about security, you're going to need a little bit more clicks. But if you're going to bootstrap and start something on your own to exercise this process, all you need is an Amazon account. We'll explain what you need to set up there, not in too much detail, but just so you get a feel. And we're going to use a continuous build and integration tool called Travis. Also, web service, free open source, works really well with GitHub. So we're going to use that for validating our build and deploying everything into our Amazon environment. If this stack is a little bit too sugary for you, trust me, it's engineer tested and analyst approved. Okay, so the workflow is going to exercise 3 phases. We're going to start with the authoring phase. So don't get scared by the icons. We'll dig in and explain what they are. So as I mentioned before, our first step is to get source code checked out. We're going to boot up our R environment. We're going to connect to MySQL using YAML configuration files. Are any of these components familiar to you guys? Anybody? Is anything here completely unfamiliar? Great. So this guy here is the S3 bucket. It is a network drive. You guys have used Dropbox before? Okay, it's just a network file system that you can mount locally. That means that you can copy, move, stat, do whatever you want, as if the drive exists on your machine. So this is key for us to bootstrap the authoring process on our local machines. WinFS is the application that allows us to mount the S3 drive onto your machine. So this guy works only on the Mac. I've sent out some instructions on what to install on your Windows machine. Again, what you use is not important. The key thing is it's a network accessible drive that's mounted locally. Stuff that you're going to run in R is going to output images or index HTML files or whatever you want into this bucket. Okay, so, yeah, quick review. Again, pieces here. So quick review, your local environment. We're going to set up GitHub so that you can pull the code. Let me get my hand out of the way so you guys can take pictures. We're going to set up GitHub. We're going to import the project into RStudio. We're going to configure that project to connect to a MySQL database that is out in our Amazon environment. We've got an RDS instance running MySQL. It's got a sample data set up. You're going to run those sample scripts that we've prepared for you and you're going to output content into the S3 bucket. That's it. Do I need to explain what RStudio is? Everybody familiar? So
something up with the color on the other monitor.
Oh, it's going into flux. I've got a.
Mine's about to do this. Okay, so just a quick overview of the components. I'll rush through them because I've already explained most of them. So RStudio is what we'll be working in. GitHub is where we'll be getting our code from. AWS S3 is where we'll be putting the output of our scripts in. WingFS is the thing that allows us to connect to S3 drive locally. And MySQL, we know what that is. YAML. Okay, so YAML is just configuration syntax. Key value pair with nesting capabilities. It's something that R understands well, and it's also something that Python understands well. So if you want to do a little bit of Python and R mixed in, you can use the same configuration properties. Configuration properties are key to distinguishing your local environment from your production environment. You guys get where I'm going with this? Right? Your local environment from your production environment. Nothing else needs to be different. Okay, Google Sites. So Google Sites is going to be the content management system by which I will show you how to orchestrate dashboard creation. It doesn't have to be Google Sites. It could be any kind of content management system. If you've got Confluence internally, you can create a dashboard. If you've got, I don't know, any kind of wiki or blog, anything that can embed an image or an iframe, you're good to go. And you know what? That's probably good enough. Okay, so team exercise.
Okay, so this works out pretty well. We've got our pizza over here. Before we break, so what we're looking to do, we mentioned earlier, is to set up an exercise where we use all of our resources up here to take some sample code that we've made and some real data from our organization that's been heavily sanitized. You won't see any names in there or anything like that. And produce some sort of actual valuable analysis. So we've got some examples in our GitHub project, which all of these guys that were up here that are going to be team captains already have access to. They already have the code locally on their machine. So what we wanted to do is take these examples and try to play around with them a little bit. We've got a data set that you can do a lot of different things with. So we've got a nice diverse set of skills here with our people. We've got people that have been doing all kinds of data analysis all their lives. Our team captains can help you. We can take a look at what's in the data sets. You can think of some interesting visualization or outputting a table or something like that. And what we want to do is author something really quick, just with like, give me 1 second, just with like 20 minutes of work or so, and then get that pushed through our process to show you how easy it is to get it up hosted onto our AWS bucket and onto our Google site that we're going to use as our example. I had a question right here.
Is it a public GitHub?
It is public, yes. And we have the...
Yeah, so I mean, everything is public. This is a public project under my handle, which is why Golden.
Yeah.
We've got a script set up by which you can follow on your own. So if you don't want to join a team, you sort of want to hack through it on your own, that's fine. We've got a Word document for you, which is available through our GitHub repository. I'll enlarge this so you can see. Open that out. That takes you through the setup process and configuration and how to hook up to the S3 bucket, how to run the script, how to output something. We also have the PowerPoint slides available to you here, so it's a Google presentation. We've made it publicly accessible, so the link to that is also
just by show of hands, how many people are interested in participating in the team exercise here? Okay, good. We got a great number. That's awesome. Do you have anything else before we break?
No, let's do it. So
okay.
can I get the team
real quick?
captains?
Yeah, real quick. Let's decide our teams first, and then let's get our pizza, and maybe you can discuss ideas for what you want to do over pizza. So can we get the team captains up to the front? Can we get the people that know R over here and the people that don't know R over here? And then what we'll do, if you know R... Oh no, I'm sorry. I meant of the team captains. Team captains. So if these are our R people. So if you don't know R, know some data, come over and join one of these teams. If you do know R, these are the people that might need a little bit of help. They've got the engineering, they just don't have the R. So let's break into teams. Let's get those established. And we go grab some pizza.
All right, let's do it. Can I get some pizza?
This is crazy.